turned out to be very real. The narwhal is a type of toothed whale that lives in the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Because of the large tusk growing out of its upper jaw, it's nicknamed the unicorn of the sea. In the Middle Ages, a period of European history from the late 400s to the 1400s, narwhal tusks were sold as actual unicorn horns. Some people believed they had magical powers. Narwhals are very real, yet every month, almost 15,000 people search the internet to ask, are narwhals real? So, even the existence of real animals that we have studied and documented is sometimes questioned. The Kraken. For centuries, sailors have told stories of a terrible sea monster that lived beneath the waves and attacked their ships with its giant tentacles. Scandinavians called the creature the Kraken. In Japan, it was known as Akoro Kamui. The ancient Greeks called it Tethos. With so many different cultures believing in it, could the Kraken be real? It turns out, yes, it was, and it is. The giant squid, as it's called today, lives deep in the ocean. The largest found so far was 43 feet long, and it weighed a ton. That's 2,000 pounds. One species of giant squid have long, powerful tentacles covered in suckers that are filled with teeth. This is one monster that lives up to its legend. In order to know that an animal definitely exists, we need proof, like the body of a giant squid or a captured narwhal. Without an actual sighting of the animal, any small bit of evidence will do: a strand of hair, a footprint, a nest, or a piece of skin or scale. That is what cryptozoologists search for. In 1995, they began looking for a new cryptid in Puerto Rico, the Chupacabra. Chapter 2. Making Headlines. The town of Orocovis is located in the central mountain range of Puerto Rico. The mountains cross the island from east to west, dividing it into northern and southern coastal plains. Because of its central location, Orocovis is sometimes called the heart of Puerto Rico. Many people in the region make their living by growing wheat and coffee or raising livestock like goats, sheep, and cattle. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, in the Caribbean Sea, is made up of 143 islands of various sizes, but people only live on 3 of them. In total, it covers about 3,500 square miles. Nearly a quarter of the land is made up of steep slopes with lowlands near the coasts. As of 2020, there were 3.286 million people living in Puerto Rico. In the 15th century, the island was called Boriquen by the Taino, one of the 2 major groups of people who lived there. The other was the Caribs. European conquistadors, or conquerors, arrived from Spain in search of gold and other riches. They renamed the land Puerto Rico, Spanish for rich port. The Spanish enslaved or killed many of the island's people and brought enslaved people from Africa to work for them. Many people living in Puerto Rico today are descended from a combination of the indigenous groups, Europeans, and Black African people. In 1917, Puerto Rico became part of the United States. In March 1995, several residents of Orocovis and the nearby town of Morovis woke up to discover some of their livestock had been killed. Ranchers went to their fields and found goats, sheep, and cows lying dead with small puncture wounds in their necks. Even more chilling, the animals seemed to have been drained of blood. No one had seen any evidence of a person or animal that could have killed them. What was attacking their valuable livestock? By the time Don Francisco Ruiz found his own goats dead outside his home in Humacao, he had already heard about the attacks in Orocovis. Eventually, the mysterious creature was given a name: Chupacabra, or goat sucker. Giving the creature a name made it easier to talk about. At first, the stories were spread from person to person. People passed on rumors that they heard from a cousin about a neighbor whose sheep had been killed by a monster. But soon, the stories caught the attention of local newspapers. The publishers of those papers knew they could sell a lot of copies with headlines about a monster stalking the countryside.